This is my Q&A video. All questions are being taken from a specific Facebook post I put on my page. So that is where all these questions are coming from. I get a lot of questions, so I figured I'd answer some of them. Which is funny because this is kind of how the whole Rachel Rambles / vlogging / YouTube thing kind of came to be. Sorry if I don't get to your question. I can't answer everything, but and some I will choose not to answer. Though a lot of you get creative points. What made you get into singing as well as acting? As far as singing, I have been singing, gosh, for a really, really long time, as long as I can remember. Singing was my favorite thing to do and is still my favorite thing to do in the world. Actually, being a singer is kind of what got me into acting accidentally. There was a school show going on, and I was in the choir at school because I love to sing, and they came into choir and were like, oh, we really need people to audition for our musical. So I was like, oh my gosh, I should audition. So I did, and then I got into a show. I got into my show. I guess it was my first show, around one of the first ones. And I loved it. I loved being on stage. I loved costumes and performing and rehearsing, and then the rewarding feeling you get when all your months of rehearsal come into each moment of every performance. It's just working your butt off and then seeing it all pay off. There's just nothing like it. So from there, I went and started doing more shows and stuff like that. And again, acting wasn't my strong suit. I was still a singer. I just wanted to do shows because I liked singing on stage and musicals. I was getting to the end of my senior year of high school trying to figure out what to do. I got into a few colleges and I still didn't feel right about it. And I was in West Side Story at the time. I was playing Anita, even though I'm white. It was a small town. And the casting director who happened to be directing the show, he was the casting director of a conservatory, and he suggested that I go to PCPA, which is the Pacific Conservatory of the Performing Arts in California. He suggested I audition, and I did, and I got in, so I ended up doing that instead of going to college, and it changed my life. It was the best thing I'd ever done. You know, I didn't know so much went into acting. I didn't know how much you needed to study and practice and learn and how complex it is, and I love it. It's basically the study of human emotion, things that you can't measure with science, like love and hate and just all the things that go through your head on a daily basis. It's fascinating to me, and I completely fell in love with it. I quit sports teams. I just said, I gotta be an actor now. I have to do this. It's the greatest thing ever. This one is kind of similar. Are you into musical theater and favorite movie musical? Yeah, I like musical theater. Again, it got me into acting. I prefer acting in straight plays, but I do musicals too because they're super fun. It's not, I mean, the acting is more like I'm in a musical as opposed to really true gritty type of acting or Shakespeare or something like that. But I do still like musicals. I'm currently doing a show actually in Arlington Heights, as a suburb of Chicago, and I'm doing A Christmas Carol. If you're in the Chicago area, you can message me and ask me about tickets to come see the show. I'm playing Belle and a few other parts. So yes, I do like musical theater. And my favorite movie musical, I said earlier, I think, is Jesus Christ Superstar, the 70s version, because it's so good. I love it. Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? I didn't watch the show. Sorry. I don't really know much about the Ninja Turtles. What is your favorite genre of music? Goes along the same lines of the question, that is, who are your musical influences or something like that. I love classic rock. I love Zeppelin and Rolling Stones and old kind of 60s, 70s style music. I also really love blues. I love the blues. So that's my favorite genre, and they're my musical influences. They inspire me to write music. I'm not saying my music sounds anything like these bands or these artists, but they did influence me to create my own sound and my own style. What are your favorite movies and books? I get that question so often. It's hard to say because I don't watch very many movies, as you guys might know. I just don't. So I'm gonna go ahead and say the Lord of the Rings trilogy because I love it so much. And those are it's my favorite book series too. My favorite author is Tolkien. I love fantasy. I'm reading Game of Thrones right now and it's awesome. And watching the show again. When is Evelina going to make another appearance? Soon enough, my friend, soon enough. That's fine. What fictional character would you like to have dinner with? Man, probably Aragorn. All the time, do people ask me, do you love working with the Nostalgia Critic or what? Very, very common question. What's it like working with Doug? Do you like it? Of course I like it. It's super fun. We have a great time. The thing about it is I didn't know who Doug was before I met him. I didn't realize how like kind of semi-famous he was until a few weeks, maybe a few months in. So he's kind of just a normal person to me. He's just my friend. So yeah, it's just we get together and we all film silly videos and have a great time. You know, it's great. I'm really lucky to have found the audition tape. Which leads me to my next question. How did you come to work with Doug, Rob, and Malcolm? Get this question all the time too. So I shall tell a story. There was it's still on the site, there was an audition, or a video that Doug made about auditioning people in the Chicago area. My friend actually is a fan of the site, and he saw it and sent it over to me because he knew that I was in Chicago. So I was like, cool, I'll go audition for this. It's just, you know, that's an actor's job is auditioning. So I auditioned, showed up to the studio early, the Doug Walker fashion. I think in every vlog I do about, you know, the behind the scenes stuff, I think in every single one I say it's early. I didn't even realize that until recently, but I'm not a morning person. Anyways, so I went to the studio and there was a few other people waiting in there and we all just kind of hung out and I just, you know, was like whatever, and he gave us a piece of a script to read. So I read a little Rebecca Stone monologue, and then he had a scene to do with Don, the character Donnie, which was Doug. So we did the scene, and then once the scene ended on the page, he just wanted us to continue improvising and continue the scene and see what happened. So it's actually on the special features of, I don't know what number it is. Like one of the, that Guy with the Glasses DVDs that he's recently released in the past year since I've been there. Our auditions are actually in the you know, demo reel special bonus features or whatever, so you can see it there if you haven't yet. Yeah, we just read the page and then put it down and started improvising, and it went really well. I felt good about it, and I got cast. So like, sweet. So I showed up and started filming, and then I kind of got, I didn't know what I was getting myself into. This whole internet thing and this whole, you know, people knowing who I am, it's very strange, actually. I love it. I love you guys, but not what I expected. I mean, I'm lucky, I'm really, but again, it was just kind of another gig for me until I realized like the magnitude of what that guy with the glasses was. So here I am, a year later, still working there. So audition for everything. Have you thought about doing reviews? I also get questions about, have you thought about doing your own show, things like that. I don't know about reviews because I don't think I have the, what am I trying to say? I'm not a big movie watcher, I'm not a big TV watcher, so you know, I don't feel qualified to review anything like that, so I don't think it would be a review show. Have I thought of having my own show? Yeah, I'm kind of doing it right now, I guess. At least practicing for maybe one day when I have a real show. But yeah. If you guys have any ideas, let me know, because I just turn on the camera and start talking, and I don't think that makes for the most interesting TV, but thanks for watching, though. Would you ever want the Silmarillion adapted into a movie or miniseries, and if you do, any casting ideas? I actually would love to see the Silmarillion as a TV show. I mentioned that in a previous video. I think that would be awesome, you know, like a Game of Thrones style, but the Silmarillion. Casting ideas? I don't know very many actors that I would trust a casting director with that job, because that is not my forte. Is it more fun to play yourself on channel awesome shows or completely different characters? I get this question a lot too. I'm gonna keep saying that. A lot of people ask, which is your favorite character to play, things like that. It's so hard for me to pick favorites in anything, but specifically for characters I play, because one, I like them all. But two, they're all so different, you know. That's the great thing about acting, is you get to be so many different people. So I can't pick a favorite. I mean, they're all fun for different reasons. Evelina's fun because you just kind of get like cute and whatever. That's always, you know, playing little kids is fun. Rita's fun because I don't have to memorize any lines. I just like move my mouth because Doug dubs over the voice. So I just get to act like a crazy fool, and that's good. I mean, yeah, I like playing myself on it because I mean, it's the easiest character to play, right? I already know myself. But I always look forward to finding out which character I'm going to be playing for each week. Because, you know, I usually find out the night before. But I have gotten really good at memorizing lines very fast. As in, like, 5 minutes before we shoot. Hopefully that's a skill that will help me in the future. Thanks, Doug. Would you ever consider going to a con in another state, say Florida? Yeah. If they fly me there and pay for my hotel room and pay for my flight, then yeah. I'm broke, man. I can't afford that. But yeah, of course. If I was invited to anything, I would go if I could. You participated in the review itself at the end of the NC's review on the Shining miniseries. Is that something you or Malcolm would like to do more, or are you fine with just playing in the sketches most of the time? I mean, yeah, I'd like to do it more, but it's not like, oh, I wish I could do it, you know. I like doing the sketches just as much, so, and I didn't write that, I hope you guys know. That was Doug's reviewing, written on a script that I read. I don't think of those things, I just read the page. Ooh. When it comes to the Lord of the Rings movies, which version do you prefer? The theatrical version or the extended versions? I prefer the extended versions just because when I'm watching the movies, I never want them to end. But if I were to show the movie to someone who's never seen it before, I would choose the theatrical version, because a lot of the added scenes in the extended, you know, editions are just kind of extra fluff for people like me who are crazy and can't get enough of it. But I don't think they necessarily further the story. It's just kind of making a 4-hour movie a 5 to 6 hour movie or whatever it is. So personally, yeah, extended. You guys thought of really great questions, and like some of them are too good of a question for me to answer. Like I can't pick, I don't know how to answer these questions. Like hypothetical stories and things like that, it's kind of difficult, but sorry. Do you want fries with that? Yeah! Duh. Ever smoked weed? Some things are better left off the internet. I'm from California. What are your top 5 favorite movies and why? That's so hard for me. You know, I'm not good at picking favorites again, but you know, because I don't like putting things in any order. I can't. They're just, I don't know. I love Lord of the Rings. Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Robin Hood Men in Tights is a good one. Anchorman. See, my brain is in like comedy category right now, so it's like, it's just too hard for me to choose. I don't know. Maybe I'll think on it and let you guys know, because everyone asks me that, and I can never answer it. Sorry. Sorry. Have you ever been in my home country of Canada, eh? No. I auditioned for a touring company that was based in Canada, but I didn't get it. Maybe one day. Favorite NC episode you've been in? More favorites. That's hard to, I mean, they're all fun. I like them, I like them all. Some of them don't take that long to really film, so it's like, it's kind of this like little like everyone remembers the Power Rangers one, of course, but my filming on that part, though it was fun and outrageous, it only took a couple hours. Now I can't even remember them. It's been a lot. I don't know. I would have to watch them again. A funny thing about me is that I don't really rewatch anything that I'm in. I'll watch it when it first comes out, just to see what it all comes together and what it looks like when it all comes together. But I don't like necessarily watching myself on film. Even my YouTube videos and stuff, I'll watch it, I edit it and all that, but I don't like rewatch them because it's just weird to me to see all that. It's another reason I like theater, because you're less judgmental of yourself because you can't see yourself, you just do it. So yeah, I don't know. I would have to look into that to pick my favorite NC. I like them all. Can I say everything? I'm saying everything. All of it. Do you have any advice for struggling writers / actors / musicians? Yes. So much advice. Run. No, I'm just kidding. It's almost redundant to say a struggling writer or struggling actor, struggling musician. You're always struggling, and of course I'm talking mostly about the acting aspect of this question, and musicians. Writers have it pretty much the same, but I'm not a writer, so I'm just gonna throw that out there. But it's hard. It's really hard. Now that's not me discouraging you from doing it. I think that's what makes it so rewarding is how difficult it is. Don't expect to make money. You're not gonna. You will every once in a while, and you'll get that big paycheck. This is the one job in the world, I mean, one of the only jobs in the world where every time you get hired, it's a ticking time bomb until your contract is done. So you get a job knowing that you're gonna be unemployed soon. This is mostly for theater, but even television, you know, seasons end, things end, movies are done. Your job is to constantly be looking for more, and this is to say, this goes for musicians, constantly looking for new gigs. Not knowing where your money will come from every month, not knowing if you're gonna be working. You are gonna get rejected so many times. You're gonna be told you're not good so many times. You're gonna be told that it's not a real career. You're gonna be told that the success rate is very, very low, which is true. That's another thing. You have to accept that you're gonna fail. You will fail at certain times. The trick is continuing on after the failure and turning it into success. Don't listen to anybody. Don't take that the wrong way. You know, listen to your teachers and, you know, accept help from people, of course, but when it comes down to it, you are the one in charge of your life. You're in charge of yourself. Don't let anyone tell you what you need to be doing or what you don't need to be doing. You have to be doing it for the right reasons, and that reason must be to make yourself happy. That's it. I do this as a career because it's the only thing I can do without feeling empty inside. You know that feeling you get when you're just on top of the world, you're lost, you don't have a care in the world, you feel great. It might be while you're playing a song, it might be after your performance, it might be, you know, whatever you do. If you're a mechanical engineer, it might be after you build a successful robot. But when that moment happens to you, or multiple moments like that happen, know that that's what you should be shooting for all the time. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's not easy. It's a challenge. It's an everyday challenge. It's a lot of work, especially when you depend on it as a career. You might need to take some really shitty day jobs, and if it is what you need to do in order to reach your goal, just be patient and know and trust yourself. Trust that You know why you're doing it. Trust that you're talented. There really is no way to measure how good something is. And that, the inevitable conclusion is that not everyone's going to agree. So people might hate what you do. People might say you're the worst writer, actor, musician ever. And you just have to let them and do it because you love it. If it turns out it's not for you, if it turns out, you know, probably all your fears, the same as all any artist's fear, is that what if I can't do it? What if I don't make it? At least you tried. I would rather be like, well, I tried it because I loved it, just turned out I wasn't quite good enough to make it into my full career for the rest of my life. I would take that over, I wonder if I could have done it any day. Keep at it. It's hard work. Work your ass off. When did you graduate from being fucking adorable school? Summer of '96. I don't know. You guys are funny. I get a lot of joy out of reading your comments and stuff like that, so keep them coming. Okay, so that's about all the questions I can answer at this time. Sorry if I didn't get to yours. Again, thanks for watching, you guys. I really appreciate it. Like, subscribe, blah, 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 blah. Make sure to like my Facebook page so the next time I do a Q&A video, you can have your comments seen, because I get comments on a lot, you know, on Twitter and YouTube and random things like that. So I'm just going to try and condense it into, you know, one location for the specific videos. I mean, you can keep asking me questions and stuff, but yeah, make sure to like my Facebook page. And I don't know, Tietz out.